It's time to say bye to Phantom, but this is not a point of no return. Hello, darlings, and welcome to Performance Perspective, where we watch different performances and then we share our perspectives. Now, if you're new here, hey, I'm Care Darling, and this is quite different because usually I'm on camera, but I'm not feeling well, but I still wanted to put out an episode because something big happened, which was the closing of Phantom of the Opera after 35 years. But anyways, please forgive me, as this episode and the next episode, I won't be looking at you and talking. But yeah, let's just get into it. So for 3 decades, audiences around the world have been swept away by the haunting melodies and mesmerizing spectacle of Phantom of the Opera. From its debut in London's West End to its record-breaking run on Broadway, this iconic musical has captivated generations and continues to draw crowds today. But what is it about this timeless tale of love, obsession, and intrigue that keeps us coming back? The Phantom of the Opera has been a staple on Broadway for 35 years, but all good things must come to an end. So let's take a moment to say goodbye to an era that will never be forgotten. I mean, it's hard to believe that it's been over 30 years since the Phantom of the Opera first graced the stage on Broadway. Since then, it has become one of the most successful musicals of all time, winning 7 Tony Awards and grossing over $1 billion. The final curtain call for The Phantom of the Opera on Broadway was a bittersweet moment for fans of the long-running musical. The show, which had its last performance on Sunday, April 16th, 2023, in case, I don't know when you guys might be watching this, but yeah, has been a staple on Broadway for years, and fans have come to know and love the characters and music. The story of The Phantom of the Opera is based on Gaston Leroux's 1909 novel of the same name and tells the tale of a masked man who falls in love with an opera singer, Christine Daae. The 2 protagonists must face challenges and overcome obstacles, including a rival suitor and the Phantom's own dark past. The original Broadway production opened on January 26, 1988 at the Majestic Theater and starred Michael Crawford as the Phantom and Sarah Brightman as Christine. It was directed by Harold Prince and produced by Cameron Mackintosh. The final curtain call for Phantom of the Opera on Broadway was a bittersweet moment for the fandom. That's what they call themselves, of the long-running musical. While many were sad to see the show come to an end, they were also excited to see the cast take their final bow. The cast gave a heartfelt performance and the audience responded with a standing ovation. Listen, this show is gone, but it's not forgotten. The musical has been adapted into a film, 2 sequel books, and numerous international productions. It's safe to say that this is not the last we've seen of Phantom of the Opera. Now, I do have thoughts about this, and I love to know how you feel about Phantom saying bye. I think it's no secret that I feel that the Phantom needs to go. It's been losing money before the pandemic, the orchestra has been cut down, and what was creative back then, I mean, the whole, like, a boat looking like it's on the water on stage, I mean, it's creative back then, but the theater world has moved on, so now it does seem a bit outdated. I saw The Phantom at the West End, and ultimately, yeah, it was outdated, and I went in thinking I was going to have my socks blown off, but I found it underwhelming. Then I was introduced to Vegas's Phantom, which made me realize why theater is never set and finished like a movie. It'll never be a finalized product because it can always be workshopped and adjusted. In case you don't know what I'm referring to as far as Vegas, they built a theater thinking of the Phantom, and in the beginning they actually have the chandelier in different pieces, and then it's almost as if it built itself over the audience. Already the description of it sounds phenomenal. And they also fixed the part where, you know, Raul has the rope over his neck, and it's like, Raul, just take off the rope. But yeah, Phantom will be back, and I hope it's able to rest. I look at Chicago as an example on how a show can be great, but it needs to be put to rest so it can be rediscovered for themes that are relevant to the audience, and we fall in love all over again. I should do an episode on this, so stay tuned for that. Nonetheless, Broadway has seen its fair share of musicals come and go over the years, but there are few that have captured the hearts of audiences like Phantom. So congrats to Phantom, but I have no doubt that he'll be back. You know, he's the Phantom of the Opera. That's it for today's episode, and I hope you're all taking care of yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm currently around 70 subscribers away from hitting 1,000, and that's exciting. I hope to hit it before my birthday, which is the end of the month. It's nice to talk about musicals, so if that's your thing, then I think you'll enjoy this channel. And without further ado, take care, darling.